will be getting going.
So I'm just looking at John's villager attack. It doesn't really, I guess because she's not attacking, it doesn't show the melee damage.
Did you swap soon?
Yeah, of course. Of course. I'm a professional caster. I would never not do that.
Yeah, no, that was the question, you know.
But it looks like
but-
it has the same stats as a normal villager, it looks like. So, right? 2.88, 3 bow attack speed. Oh, almost lost the con.
That would have been some early GGs in the chat, but getting some good vision of Jean's base.
Okay, well let's take a look. Wow, that gold, very kind of far out of the town center range.
Kinda. And where's the second gold?
Yeah, the second gold's way out there. So pretty much one tower denies both gold mines here.
Yeah, and that first initial tower too, with the placement of it, you can almost maybe even deny some of the berries and still deny the gold too.
One thing is, Jeanne d'Arc does have triple the health of a normal villager, so maybe it's a little better to hold off Tower Rush. I almost feel like it'd be better to go Horseman here instead of Spears, because Jeanne d'Arc never, like, French never opens up Dark Age Spears. And I feel like Horsemen kill villagers a lot better than Spearmen do.
I mean, I don't know if your goal is to kill villagers. I think your goal is to just get the outpost up. Yes, Jean's a little tankier, but if French pulls vills to burn that outpost early or whatever it may be, then I don't think Jean's the focus. It's just regular villagers.
Yeah, but I mean, Horsemen have that bonus versus villagers is why, whereas Spearmen technically don't. It was more of my thought process.
Yeah. But anyways, the villager making its way across the map. He's got 10 meat in hand too. Anotand might have dropped that extra 10 food off.
Yeah, and so we're gonna see, you know, here comes the villager. It's gonna do a nice little tower right here. Beasty surely has to be expecting this. We'll find out in a moment. 2 spears have made it across, 3rd on the way.
And here it goes, Anotand.
You know, I like how he like showed the villager, like, yeah, I'm building an outpost. Oh, he doesn't have the wood yet.
Now he does. And Beasty's actually going back. He wants to get enough, I think enough gold for something. I don't know exactly what it is.
For a
Cancels
night.
the mining camp.
He wants to get enough for a night.
I don't know if he's going to though. Will he? 8, 7.
Oh, it's gonna be close.
I think he's like 4 away.
I think he is 2. Yeah, he's gonna be 2 away.
2 away.
It's 2 gold to get that night.
Oh my gosh.
How many sheep did Anotand? Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Only 7 sheep for Anotand, though. He did not find many sheep, whereas Beasty found 13 so far, or 12. 11.
That is a huge advantage for him. Obviously, Anotand could end up dropping the pastures. Oof.
I thought he was
got a little close to the town center.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna just lose it, and I was gonna be like, oh no.
Beasty picking up another sheep behind Anotand's base.
2 more spears coming across the map. And now here's the thing. Where's Beasty's gold? It's all in the center. This map really encourages, you know, this kind of map control type of thing. So he either has to go to the right corner or the middle to get gold now. Of course, he's just going to most likely focus the outpost and then retake his gold is probably the best play, though.
Yeah, is this one of the ones where we saw like the old days where you pump out a couple scouts and pull the boys and go burn the outpost?
Might be. Of course, this will have 4 spearmen in there. Score is 0-0. This is the first game of the finals.
And that outpost is in range to deny the berries as well, as I was mentioning. So gets a great location for this outpost. And Beasty, see what his reaction's going to be. He still just got Joan as the solo villager building that age up. So just getting the max amount of XP right now.
Someone just said that no, textiles is actually 100 gold. It's not 98. Oh yeah, the overlay does say that, doesn't it? Let's change that to best of 5. There we 35 guys, not even a best of 5. Just kidding.
Best of 35. We're in it. We're gonna be here for a while. I might have to get some rest, some sleep here and there, but you know.
This is Anotand. He's been playing very well lately. I mean, I think he made it to the top 8 in the Empire Wars, and I think he made top 16 in the last normal tournament.
I believe he was the next one up as far as automatic qualifier would go. And
Yes.
Jean moving out to take the boar. So Beasty wanting to get that XP. Khan will be able to scout it out, but just not going to be there in time. There's even a horseman arriving. But again,
Yep.
Jean secures up that 50 XP for herself.
Yeah, now, are we going to see... okay, Stable is coming down, so we should see Keshik shortly. You know, right now, BC doesn't have a way to take gold, so he can't make even a single knight. He's starting to gather stone, double producing archers. Now, the danger to making these archers is, yeah, I mean, Keshik's, well, ooh, he's going to lose that horseman to the... or, yeah, he's going to lose that horseman, I think.
It's at 2 health. 1 health. Khan takes it down.
And here comes the first Keshik, which pretty much counters Beasty's entire army. Although, then again, you can't forget about the woman at arms. She probably can take out a Keshik, you know, with how strong she is.
She does do a good amount of extra damage with the Holy Wrath, which is why you definitely don't want to be fighting her with spears and actually be taking big engagements anyways, just because you don't want her XP to skyrocket too much too early. But Anotand, I mean, he's really kept this first outpost, you know, untouched. He's not really going to have to worry about it, and Beasty's just going to go on to a second TC, it looks like.
Yeah, and I assume Beasty's got to be deciding to take out this outpost here shortly. I'm kind of surprised he's not putting more effort on it yet. But I can't imagine it being too much longer. We do see another Keshik on the way. Surprised Anotand hasn't moved his stable to the stone so we can start double producing Keshik.
Yep. And we just saw BC consecrate his TC, so now his villager is only going to be costing 37 food per.
Yep, decides to do that instead of on his, you know, on his school of cavalry. And it makes sense, right? If you think about it, that's almost an Abbasid cost for a villager. Abbasids pay what, 32 with fresh foodstuffs, and it's 37 for John d'Arc now.
Anotand gets a good vision, good scouting of the mass of archers that Beasty had. 12 archers already seen and spotted out.
Seeing an interesting place for an outpost by Anotand. I feel like he should place that a little bit more forward so we can really get that deer protected. But otherwise fine. Oh, is going to get a villager kill here with that Keshik.
Yeah, picks up, denies that wall on the north of Beasty's base. Beasty pulling all of his archers that way. And Beasty's trying to secure his second TC location, it looks like.
Yeah, and he is also doing a little raid because the gold is not under the town center, so Anotand is now officially off gold for the moment. Maybe he'll make a couple spears and just keep him by his gold. That would save him from the raids. And I wonder, you know, I know there hasn't been too much action for John, so she shouldn't be that close to level 3, obviously, but be curious what Beasty's like follow-up is. He's about to have wood for the second town center. And then what's Anotand planning on doing here?
Jean's about a third of the way up to the next level.
Okay. And once she gets level 3, she's insanely scary.
Oh, Beasty getting another raid in. One villager getting taken down to 8 health and gets cleaned up. So 1-to-1 on the villager kills.
Yeah, second TC is officially coming up. You know, pushing in the deer, killing the deer. And
I love this move. Look at Anotand in the middle. He just takes the boar.
Yep, definitely the best play here. Really wish he would. I feel like he should have a lot more Keshiks. I don't think he like if I was in Anotand's position, I feel like the play is to go mass Keshik, Archer, Spear, and he knows that BC's not on gold, so he doesn't have to worry about knights. And I feel like this is the time to really put on that pressure, like start tower, like maybe adding more towers, really pushing the French opponent.
Khan is able to scout out that second TC. So one thing I love is when you're actually able to scout when the second TC finishes, because now Anotand knows, okay, this is when he will slowly start pulling ahead in the villager lead if he's not doing damage or not doing something on his own end.
Yeah, and it looks like Anotand is also, he did leave a couple spears to protect his archers. Or his gold villagers. I like that. I almost am wondering if he's going to start going focus on that castle age instead of being aggressive here in feudal.
Yeah, that could easily be the play because once he's castled, he's stuck. I mean, he's still not onto the gold yet. He hasn't pulled like the melee mass to go take down that outpost yet, and still only has 5 horsemen to do so.
Yeah, it's very interesting that, he's still, like, BC doesn't seem to have any intention on retaking his gold. He seems completely content where he's at. And I'm very curious when BC's going to decide to take that gold, because he's got to be somewhat worried that Anotand might be going for that castle age. Because
Anotand able to deter a few horsemen there in the middle. That was fine. Nice little pickup on the damage. But yeah, I think you're exactly right.
I think Anotand's game plan, honestly, should be just to deny gold. Okay, it looks like BC he's pulling workers. He's going to take out this tower and retake his gold. And imagine if Anotand's army was right by there. He could stop this from happening. And this is going to be experience for John as well.
Yep.
Now he's
Just
moving
a
his
little
army
late.
across, but a little late in moving that army across. And I think it's a big mistake by Anotand here.
One of the things, though, this does at least, I think he picked up 2 villagers for that and picks up a horseman as well. So it could have been a lot worse. And actually keeps 3 of the spears alive.
Yeah, so that's nice. He kept 3 spears. A raid attempt in the back, but denied by the Keshik. And what is Anotand going to do here? Because now BC's going to start getting that gold, and I assume we're going to start seeing knights mixed in.
Yeah, the thing is, though, Anotand knows exactly where he needs the pressure, and he has the numbers right now. Look, he's got 38 to 28, and his is not only does he have the numbers, he has the quality too. He has Keshiks. As long as he doesn't take too much damage from Jean's ability with the Holy Wrath, he should win this pretty handily.
Yeah, I think he's scared. Like, he's a little scared to take this engagement. He's playing very, very passive. It's very, like, not how I expected him to play this game, but also, to be fair, I don't know how familiar Anotand is with Mongols. I don't know if he plays Mongols very much, or what, but he does take Beasty off that gold once more, and Beasty is forced back. Seeing more and more archers, spears, blacksmith techs coming in. BC has a blacksmith, but he doesn't have any, he gets the free +1 melee, but he doesn't have anything else. First knight does come out, and that's all BC can afford is 1 knight.
Yeah, and those blacksmith techs, when you're on archers, it matters significantly. When we're talking about ranged armor, ranged damage, and having 2 extra, I mean, these fights get swung massively. And that's exactly what we see coming in. First range armor, next comes range damage, and the Keshiks are going to be that much harder to take out from the archers, and you're really going to have to rely heavily on the spears.
Yeah, and that's one of the things with Jeanne d'Arc is what makes her so powerful with this melee version with the Holy Wrath is usually she has a lot of knights with her, and spears just kind of get countered by that because of the Wrath ability. But since BC can't really utilize a lot of knights, he's not able to take advantage of that, and Anotand's just retreating.
Yeah, I think he spotted out the knight and horseman that were trying to come across the map, as BC typically does when he's behind. Send some knights across, try to get some return raids, try to get some sort of return damage.
Yeah, I feel like Anotand's playing a little too scared here. Like, he could have at least killed, he could have gotten free burn damage for the mining camp, the house. I really feel like he could be denying this gold for a lot longer. Now BC can freely go back to gold. And what's Anotand's plan now? I thought he was going to go castle for a moment, but then he spent his resources. It is going to be a raid on his gold.
And BC does lose a Keshik there by the gold, or Anotand loses a Keshik by the gold mine. BC was able to pick it up and resecure that gold for himself. So immediately moves out again. 14, 16, 17 villagers headed out back to that gold, but the second TC is left alone right now.
Yeah, it looks like Anotand doesn't care about the fire, about the arrow fire from the second TC. He's still going to burn that down, but he can't fight under that. BC does have a pretty solid army, so he's not going to be able to burn this down. And this feels like out of all the engagements Anotand's could have done, this is probably one of the worst he could do.
Yeah, but as you say that, he is taking the engagement. Spears, though, diving onto that front line for Beasty. Beasty wanting to take that fight. The Holy Wrath does such a good job of clearing
And now
Spears
it's
on the
level
other
3.
side. Keshic circle, level 3 happens, though, and the minute arms pop out, and now this is all but game, it feels like, for Anotand, as level 3 is such a big swing.
Yeah, and look at that. He's just Holy Wrathing every unit he can. All those archers are significantly hurt, and I'm not sure why Anotand chose this as his fight. Like, he might be able to clean up all the archers, and maybe he's somehow going to still win this? I'm not sure. Oh, look at that. That killed 5 archers.
Oh my god! That last Holy Wrath ability is the one that cleaned it up. And the key is, I feel like if he had done this in front of the gold mine, he still has Beasty in the exact position he wants.
Yeah, if it was on the gold mine, I think he's in a better position. And instead, Anotand's now down military. Like, there's no way he's going to kill Jeanne d'Arc. And now he lost his whole army, and again, probably the worst engagement he could have taken.
Yeah, this one feels really bad. Anotand, he's down 14 villagers because of that second TC on Beasty's side. He's actually dropping a second TC now himself, but I feel like that's just too late. He doesn't have any pastures, doesn't have any stable food eco. Beasty doesn't really either, but he still has some berries that he's on and just moved out to his home initial berries that never got taken because of the outpost.
Yeah, and look at how, like, so even despite that fight, imagine if Anotand had just secured Beasty not taking any more gold. Anotand, like, Beasty can't win that fight without Town Center Fire. Like, that Town Center was really, really beneficial. And if it wasn't for that, I think, like, if they fought in the middle of the map, I think Anotand smashes that fight. But
yep,
and that's just not the spot he wanted to be at.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, it's essentially 7 more archers there helping Beasty out, in a sense.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be very curious on his decision-making there. Or, you know, again, and maybe Anotand's not as familiar with Mongols. Again, players are choosing civs that they think their opponent's not very good at, and maybe he's not aware. Maybe, I don't know how much Mongols Anotand plays, but at this point, the game's pretty much over. I mean, it's almost a 20 villager lead. Military lead is almost triple for Beasty. Beasty's regained his gold. He's taken care of the Keshiks. He's taken out the forward outposts from Anotand. He's getting a lot of XP for Jeanne. And I'm not sure...
I mean, the longer this stays feudal now, the better it is for Beasty. He's already gotten the remap control. He's up military by a significant amount. And Jeanne, in 80 seconds, is about to have the men-at-arms spawn again. Is having Holy Wrath ability come back. And, I mean, again, Jeanne is now in her sweet spot.
Yep. And at this point, you know, she might hit level 4 soon. With how many kills she's had this game. And Beasty, you know, he's starting to float gold now. You know, after being gold starred for the entire game, he finally has it. Anotand is on this second boar. And I think he might be about to lose 8 villagers, though, because I think Beasty knows. Look at those units. They're coming towards those villagers.
They're headed right towards the boar, and it's not just a little. That's all of Beasty's army headed that way. Those 8 villagers are 100% going down, and that is a crucial point of Anotand's eco right now, and more XP for Jeanne yet again.
Yep, and Anotand calls the game. Game number 1 goes over to Beasty.
And it wasn't an easy one by any means. He just kind of played it slow and methodically. Felt like Anotand had multiple spots that he could have taken advantage of, but decided to take the fight under the TC. Beasty held it great, and the Holy Wrath usage by Beasty was incredible.
Yep. It's a... Yeah, and look at that BC. I mean, look at that gold. It's almost double in favor of Anotand. You know, almost 2,000, I should say, not double.
Even still, crazy game, and this is one that I feel like when you hear about the Jeanne matchup, it's like you can't fight, And it's like no, actually, Anotand's problem was he didn't take the fight earlier. He should have taken multiple fights earlier on, but I felt like he was hesitant. He was scared to do so. There was a point where he had, I think it was 38-28, and was sitting in front of the gold and had Keshiks with his compared to no knights. It was an easy wipe, and as Blade said, could have secured that location.
Yeah, because I do think he could have denied that gold indefinitely. I mean, he had such a military advantage. And now I'm curious what game number 2 is going to be. So we've got John d'Arc and Mongols.
Now do we go back to the original? Is it back to
Yeah,
Byzantine's
are we?
order now that we've
Are
gotten 2 out of the way?
yeah, are we getting Byzantines in order now?
Took the worst fight possible. Hey, you know, it was
It,
by the time he
but
took the fight, it was.
But I will state, Anatan did lose, lost that game. He did take the worst fight he could have possibly taken. But, again, it's easy to say as a caster and as an observer. As a player, maybe he's feeling nervous. He is playing against Beasty, right? Beasty is a very good player. And, it could be very easy to overthink situations because of it.
Yeah, a lot of times you're hesitant in those fights because you don't really think you're ahead. He might not have realized how far ahead he was, what position he was actually in, and that sometimes is just respecting your opponent a little too much. But now, soon enough, we'll be getting to see what those next civilization choices are gonna end up being.
Yeah, apparently their games crashed, so we'll have to wait a minute. What map did they... I wonder what map they chose. Okay, they're going forts.
Forts. All right. This is one where, again, I remember yesterday, I think we saw Abel on this map pretty consistently, which was surprising. But today we already saw this map, and it was the typical Biz versus Order matchup. And that was one where Wham was able to take the victory actually against Beasty.
Yeah, and it's going to be a Byzantine mirror on forts.
Yeah, I think this is where you mentioned after the last game that you felt like Byzantine was this was not a great map for them, and I think that's where the players agree, and that's why they chose it for their other side.
Yep, I agree. I think that's exactly why they did it. Looks like they are going into the next game. Hopefully they didn't forget observer mode, otherwise they'll have to restart. Okay, nope, they didn't. Let's get into the action.
Oh, there we go.
I am hosting this tournament, Mr. Green. The tournament was completely community funded, but I'm the one who hosted it, ran it, done all the stuff for it. We're gonna have our first Byzantine mirror in this tournament, at least that we've casted. Oh, did I switch? Please tell me I switched. I did. I knew it. I'm a good caster and observer. Thank you, Mr. Greens. All right.
Pro streamer. We all know.
Professional streamer, professional caster, everything all in one. All right, so here we go. We have the Byzantine mirror, Beasty obviously on the right side, and Anotand on the left side. And last time we saw Byzantines on this map was that was Wham versus a Beasty actually, and Wham was a very pretty one-sided game. Just because, again, it did come down to kind of the map spawn, but it also came down to the fact that Byzantines just doesn't feel very good on this map, I feel like. Although if we look at the spawns now, this feels like a pretty balanced spawn. Both players have access to a boar, deer, and berries next to them.
Yeah,
and
the parallel spawns was it felt a little bit different. It felt like a lot of the resources were like much further off.
Yeah, I agree. It feels like this is a little bit more of a balanced spawn than the last time we saw this map. And I'll be curious what both players go here. So this matchup, what I've been doing is I have been going for, if I play a Byzantine Mirror, which I've only played a few, I would go Fast Castle, Hippodrome plus the Water Cistern one, Mass Cataphracts.
All right. Well, let's see what they got in store. I know I mentioned this on the last one. The cisterns on a map like Forts, it is very, very strong right off the bat as all your initial resources are in the influence.
Yeah, and so, yeah, both players obviously getting that down. And I wonder if they're both going to go, it's going to be so interesting. Are they both going to go 2 town centers? Are they going to do something else? Who knows? Oh, I need to update the scoreboard. Like, which we have Beasty at 1-0 at the moment.
Yes, we do. And
Beasty,
currently just heading into this mirror matchup, and we're going to see if there's going to be any differences. The Hippodrome for Anotand and Beasty with the winery. I love it.
here we go, a difference. Now, someone says Beasty got screwed with his spawn. I don't see how Beasty got screwed with his spawn. His spawn's just the same. They have both a close boar and deer and berries.
Yeah,
I guess there's a little bit of
no idea.
I guess there's a little bit of extra wood for Anotand, but
Not really. If
But
you
not
look at
really.
BC's north side, there's a massive amount of wood and a gold vein. It's dead even. I mean, I don't see any favorable positioning for either side.
only 3 deer packs by Anotand. I mean, this one's in between both of them though. This is
Both
not.
the ones in the middle, just draw a line down the center. They're both in the middle.
Yeah, this is very close. Yeah, this is like both. This isn't even for either one, I'd say.
All right. Anyways,
Yeah, anyway.
Hippodrome versus Winery. This is where Beasty obviously wants to, we've seen him go second TC, which he's moving over to the stone now, and this makes him very vulnerable. As once the Hippodrome finishes, we're going to see some horsemen moving out, and not only does that mean Beasty's going to need to invest into some spears and whatnot, but that means the second TC location probably won't be as prime as he wants it.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing. Beasty's going for, yeah, as you said, Beasty's going for that second TC. Anotand so far doesn't look like he's going to. I think he's going to go more of a cavalry focus, obviously, and then I think he's might even do a fast castle off this,
Yeah.
maybe.
I wouldn't hate it by any means. He's going ahead chopping some stragglers, dropping that mill on the berries to start getting some olive oil for himself. And these horsemen, I mean, we know if the upgrade comes through that they can do an extra bit of damage to villagers and help that snowball getting gold.
Yeah, so here comes the first horseman running out on the field.
Oh my gosh. Click Control F and look at BC's vision.
Yeah, I did. BC hasn't even scouted his opponent, so he has no idea what landmark Anotand's come up with yet. He has scouted, the resources, a lot of the important things, but this horseman might be a surprise to him. And what has Anotand scouted? If we look at Anotand, he's scouted Beastie, so he knows, but he doesn't have his scout with his horseman.
Yeah.
So Beastie's about to find out. And Beastie's age up is really late.
He went for the super economic age up with just 2 villagers. The horseman has arrived. It's in TC range already. But now Beastie, he's forced to delay the second TC, having to drop the barracks. And Anotand, he's only made 1 horseman at this point. So, oh no, he's made 2. And now this is where Beastie, he drops a quick wall on the backside.
Yeah, drops a little quick wall. Very nice. Has the barracks, so he'll be able to get a better TC spot. But if Anotand were to make a range, which he is right now, if he gets his archery range and can get some archers out, then he can definitely, cause some trouble. Thing is, these spears are going to be out first. And
Beastie, second cistern.
Yes, I like that, actually. He knows he has a lot of extra stone. No reason not to throw that down.
The stone's inside a TC range, so is the wood line. Everything's inside a TC range right now, so the thing for Beastie is, like, his villagers are safe from these horsemen, yes, but all of the resources he's gathered, they're not being dropped on a second TC yet, and I doubt he wants to drop that second TC right next to his other.
Yeah, we see archers immediately being rallied across. Anotand he knows his goal. Anotand has a goal in mind. He wants to prevent Beastie from getting a good second TC location.
And look at where his scout for Anotand is right now. It's sitting, waiting on the deer, waiting on the berries. It's exactly where Beastie's going to want to drop that second TC, and he's got 12 villagers moving out there now.
And I think he'll be able to get it down. The horsemen are way out of position. You'll notice they're on the other side of where Beastie's going to end up putting it. And the archer, one archer doesn't kill spearmen that fast. So these 2 spearmen will easily be able to drive off the horsemen and the archers. So this TC should go up, and I think Beastie's going to be very happy. He's going to have berries and deer off of this one town center.
Yeah, he's going ahead now. He's getting the hardened Limitani, so getting that upgrade at the perfect timing. TC's about halfway there. The board doesn't quite reach in range to cause that annoyance either. Great brace by those Limitani. Scout gets focused. Scout gets taken down, and the archer arrives just a second too late.
And Anotand kind of wasted his triumph ability. He used it, lost his scout, and now he's not going to have those points for a long time. Like, it takes a long time to really build this up.
One thing he could do, though, and I've seen him do this, is just even double down on this all in. Go ahead, drop some rams, and second, like basically second, like make this TC completely segmented off from the other one.
And it looks like Anotand is going to go for the boar. He's throwing down another archery range, throwing down his second cistern, a little bit later than Beasty's second cistern, but is throwing it down. And so it looks like he's going to commit to a feudal all-in here. He is not going to commit to a castle timing.
Yep. And it's another wall built on the backside over here, going to not allow these archers to circle back around.
Yep, very smart. This is like very smart play here, because this prevents... Yeah, because otherwise archers here would be able to deny this deer pack, which would be very annoying for Beasty. Oh, Anotand almost lost another horseman there.
A lot of damage, though, that was taken from that Limitani. And the horseman, this is the big problem with this map, though. He can't be aggressive to the original gold, really. It's like, yeah, he gets a little bit of damage, but then it gets turned right back. And oh no, he runs into two Limitani. Almost loses that horseman as well. So I feel like 3 or 4 of his horsemen are basically at like 1 health.
Yeah, he's got a lot of weak horsemen. He's got a bunch of archers that can't really accomplish anything. One thing he could do is he could wrap around that second TC near the water up top, and then he could deny the deer. That would be something he could do. I mean, BC right now, he's finally starting to add in horsemen himself. He does have a couple, so he will be able to take care of these archers soon.
Oh, we do see the first villager get taken down over on that bottom side TC, and Beasty is doubling down, and another villager actually gets taken down by the original one, but doubling down with outpost by that secondary TC. So wants to have enough spots for these villagers to garrison.
Yeah, I mean, he is keeping track with his scout. Like, BC's making sure he's seeing what Anotand's doing, and he recognizes that Anotand, he's staying feudal age. He's not doing a fast castle. He's going to be super aggressive, so BC's going to make 2 outposts, and he's going to get arrow slits for both of them.
Yeah, really securing up this original food location for himself.
Yep, and we do see a barracks for Anotand, but I don't think he's made any Limitani yet. So definitely hasn't taken advantage of it.
No, just recently dropped it down, and it's actually getting to a point where if BC's able to get a few more of these horsemen, it does get quite scary. The arrow slits outpost, though, working perfect, deters away those archers.
Yeah, the one thing I would like to see Anotand do is to get that survival techniques so that he can gather that boar a bit faster. It does get another Vil kill, but does almost lose an archer to do so. Not sure if that was worth it or not.
Yeah, BC still lacking in the military. Still no Limitani out for Anotand yet, though. He has the barracks if he needs it, but I feel like he does. Just 1 or 2 would really allow the archers to stay protected, but hadn't... and there's the rams. He's going for it.
Yep, here comes the first ram. And he does have a lot of horsemen. Now, here's the thing. BC has 5 horsemen and 10 Limitani, but the Limitani will die pretty quickly. You know, with 17 archers, they obviously one-shot the Limitani there. Although, actually does it with the shield wall. I don't know.
And I love this. This is where Anotand's so good at doing this. He pulls the horseman first. The mobile unit is trying to pull Beasty's spears away. Why? They're the immobile one. Pull them up towards the wall, and right as the spears arrive that way, then you go in with your rams.
Yeah. You know, I haven't really seen how many archers it takes to one-shot a shield wall Limitani, so I'm curious what that is. I wonder what that number, like, maybe 19 archers is not enough. I feel like he needs 1 more ram. I feel like 3 rams is the sweet spot to attack a second TC.
And look at that. Right as the wall gets taken down, The spears pull that way. Anotand pushes forward with double rams. He's on top of that secondary TC. Those flamethrower rams are working.
The thing is, he is losing a lot of. He's losing his horsemen to these, so he needs to get. What's it called? He needs to start using Triumph or something so his horsemen don't take as much damage. Here comes the fight. Shield wall is activated. And, yep, they definitely do not one-shot a Limitani. Let me tell you that much. 19 archers are... They're not even focusing them. Oh, yeah, those are tanky. Those are some tanky.
Those are some tanky boys. And Beasty, he must know that. Archers need to actually clean up.
Beasty just lost a lot of villagers. He lost 16 workers to the rams.
Oh my god!
They burned those villagers alive!
And all of a sudden, Beasty, he's down in military count, he's down in villager count, and this is looking like, yeah, the all-in gets stopped for now, but at what cost?
Oh my god, that is the first time I've seen those rams definitely paid for themselves there. Like, yes... They did get killed, but they killed a lot. He lost 20 workers in total.
And look at Beasty's food right now. He's at 33 food per minute. This is all of his food. He never took the berries at home.
Yeah, he only has... Look how many villagers he has at his second TC. He had a lot more than 6 a minute ago.
There was 19 over there last I checked.
Yeah, and now there's only 6. That is crazy. I did not think that ram was going to do as much damage as it did, but boy, did that ram did damage.
And there's the Limitani transition now. Anotand, it's not just one. He's dropping double barracks now. 3 barracks total, and he's going to go spear Archer because he knows how much damage he just did. No need for mobility, just all in. Just have the correct units to take the straight-on engagement.
Yeah, and if he makes just one, like, look at the army count, 29 to 5. I think he just needs, you know, like I said, I'd like to see 3 rams, but at this point, I don't think it matters. I mean, BC's army is so tiny. He has 2 Limitanis and 3 horsemen, and that's it.
And are we going to see another barbecue over there?
Yeah, you can't burn, but you definitely cannot rush those rams like you can with others. And look, BC's aware of it. He made sure to go to the side so as not to get burned again.
This time, though, outpost about to fall. It's already very, very low health. Villagers jump inside the town center. The town center was re-healed back to full, but Anotand's working hard over there and even has some horsemen taking off some reinforcing units and anything trying to come help.
And look at Anotand made
insufficient wood.
Yeah, he doesn't have the wood. Like, BC's economy got totally screwed over by losing all those villagers. And also, Anotand is long distance gathering from the deer because he didn't finish the mill. Second TC goes down. Anotand is going to get a couple more vill kills if he focuses.
Not only that, he's going to be able to clean up all of the resources over here, all the houses, the outposts that he wants, and the military is still heavily in his favor. He can just keep this all in and head towards Beasty's main base, but what other resources is Beasty going to get?
Yeah, like what can Beasty do here? Now, Beasty does have a few longbows now. He did get the mercenary contract for longbows. I do like that. You know, Anotand, he has a olive oil, but he doesn't have a mercenary contract building yet. He actually hasn't made that building, so he can't get his own longbows, or he can't get Keshiks, so, you know, whichever option he decides to do here.
He never got the Expilators, or whatever you call it, upgrade with the horsemen that he had earlier on, but guess it never really mattered as the horsemen mainly just burning down buildings and the rams were the killers.
Yeah, and it's a... Yeah, the rams were the killers there. I really kind of want to watch the clip of that, because that was such a sick thing. That the first time we've seen those rams actually kill villagers, I think, like a lot. Oh, here comes a horseman raid onto 12 villagers. There is only 1 Limitani, so these villagers are forced to retreat. And but you know what? BC doesn't have that Explorator's upgrade either, so he's not going to get gold. There's now 3 rams for Anotand. And look, BC's even transitioning to farms, and he's, you know, this is the this is the thing with this map. You cannot be stuck in your base. This is not a map where you can be stuck in your base and be okay. You have so little room to build.
Yep. And the 3 rams just headed right towards the base, and it looks like it is going to just crush it, because how is Beasty going to defend this? it's not just horsemen, archers. There's a ton of Limitani here, and BC, he has no access to mangonels. He has no access to these huge comeback mechanisms right now in Feudal Age.
Yeah, and look, and these infrastructure buildings are dead. There's nothing BC can do to save these. Yeah, he can use his 10 longbows to shoot at them, but that's not going to save them.
Losing production, Cistern should be lost in a bit as well.
What contract did he go for Zugu? I didn't even know you could get Zugu as... Oh! He put it next to the the trade post, which gives him access to Zugunu.
Oh, looks like someone's been practicing Byzantines a little bit more than others.
Yeah, kind of first time I've seen that in action, and you know, I gotta say, Anotand's Byzantines, it looked really good when I saw him yesterday too. Feels like he has a solid plan when he plays Byzantines.
Yeah, I mean, this is one where he looked really, really clean with this.
And look, the farms are burning as well, while the main TC is getting like destroyed.
God. I mean, the main TC is just going down so fast. There's nothing that BC had. 70 to 41 on the military count. BC's having to take the fight. Main engagement happening. TC is down. It's about to, well, obviously it's already burning, but it's actually about to be put on fire. Archer's still firing, some kiting back, some breaking off onto the villagers. And even if Beasty holds this, it is going to be impossible to remass back up after.
Yep, he's losing more and more. Like, where are all of Anotand's units? They're like, they stopped in the middle of the map.
Oh, they did.
But 28 workers killed. You know, Anotand still has a 10-worker lead. Still burning that TC. You know,
TC's still on fire, and not too many Limitani left, so no front line for Beasty anymore. And now Anotand might just remass up, drop another couple rams, and let Beasty try to lick his wounds.
Yeah, and you know, BC's doing more raids, losing the horsemen though, unfortunately. Reinforcements are finally arriving, 49 to 15. I imagine we're just gonna see more rams, you know, just get a couple more rams and then just go for that TC again. I mean, BC's trying his best to hold on, but I mean, he's tripled the military of BC, Anotand is right now.
And look at this attempted farm transition into the north. Anotand sends a few horsemen just to scout it out, just to see what's going on the top side, maybe see about the gold, maybe just see what's up, and soon enough we'll find the olive groves.
Yeah, and I do see some people saying that they think that these rams are overpowered. I just want to state for the record, these rams do cost 100 gold along with a 250 wood. They aren't, you know, they are an investment. And I think seeing them burn villagers once doesn't make them overpowered. But look at this. Now Anotand's going to take the berries from Beasty.
Might as well. Beasty quick walling, but losing some more villagers, and he's not going to fully finish the wall. So Anotand should be able to just quickly burn through or just run around if he wants. Not to mention just wait for the ram.
Yeah, we do see another ram incoming here. I mean, all he needs to do is probably just make... yeah, I'd make like 4 or 5 rams, and then I think he just wins the game here, right?
Yeah, he's got 65 military units, 36 archers, 16 hardened Limitani. He's got the Chooks, he's got the horsemen as well. A little bit of everything, and the horsemen still being up in that north side, pulling all of the longbows from BC away to the north, too.
Yeah, and he's killed, like I said, 31 workers have been killed. 3 rams are now out. I imagine we're going to see another one. Oh, another horse raid. I mean, Anotand's going to kill that horseman, though, before losing the villager. And what is Anotand going to do? Is he going to build an... Yep, there we go, 4th ram. I like this. Just get as many rams you can and just burn this all to the ground. That's the good... I like the game plan. I got to say, I do love the Byzantine rams. They are so cool. Watching the fire is just... I don't know. It looks really good, in my opinion.
Yep. And Beasty, he hadn't even been able to full heal his town center. He has to focus on other things, try to make units, try to have this food transition because he doesn't have any other food. But Anotand, he just gets to take all the food he wants, taking the berries from Beasty, taking the deer from Beasty, and he's got a lot that's knocking on the door from Beasty, and Beasty's trying to lock it, but Anotand's just about to kick it open.
Yeah, and here we go. And now there is 18 longbows, or is there 20? Yeah, there's 18 longbows, and you know Anatand's army is 85 to 33, and that town center is going down fast. I feel like Anatand just needs to dive this. To be fair, I don't think he realizes how ahead he is, of military-wise. I think he does now. Now he's like, oh wait, that army's tiny. I don't need to sit back. I can just burn this town center and keep going. And look at that.
Not too many Limitani left for BC either, so the horsemen about to just be able to run rampant. Rams haven't been able to get touched during all of this. Villagers trying to heal the TC, but not going to do so in time. Just one landmark left for BC, and he doesn't even wait till then. It is now a tie game. Tie series.
A tie game. It's a tie game. It's a tied
series.
series. Here we go, 1-1. You know, Anatand did not throw away his advantage or his positioning this time, for sure. He definitely played that. He had a game plan. He executed it, and I thought he executed it very well. I will say, seeing those villagers die by the fire was not something I expected to happen, and it was really cool to see. I'm not gonna look. I will say I enjoyed seeing that because I thought it was cool.
Yeah, where's the clip? Someone clipped it, right?
I think someone did, yeah.
Good. I wanna watch the replay too.
Yeah, because when I was wasn't actually paying as much attention. Like I didn't actually see it happen until after it was done. Oh, I see where it happened because they're just under the fire of that second town center. And they all just die. Oh man, that's crazy.
Oh wow, yeah, just ran right through the fire. Just all burned. Oof.
Definitely, that was I don't think anyone could say that game was a boring one.
No, not at all. Exciting Byzantines mirror matchup of all things. Oh, look at you being quick with the invite too.
Okay, I'll show you guys. I'll show you chat. We'll even do it with the sound.
To know that archers need to actually clean up.
Beasty just lost a lot of villagers. He lost 16 workers to the Rams.
Oh my god.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, at least I think it's beautiful. I think it's cool. Now I'm not gonna lie. If that happened to me, I would be like, "Are you kidding me?" Like as a player, I wouldn't like that, but as an observer, it's very enjoyable.
It is. It adds some excitement. I mean, as a viewer, I'm sure everyone's hyped up too. They're like, "Oh my god!" Maybe not for a Beastie fan, but even if you are, you gotta still appreciate how those Rams are working.
Yeah, those Rams. I mean, those villagers were under the fire for a long time. It's not like they were there for just a minute. They were there for quite a while, and that's why they burned and died. No, that was not an instant, Javid. If you watch that clip again, they were sitting under the fire for a while, and then they ran past it again.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was, they did not die instantly to just that fire. I promise. If you watch the clip, you'll see they're standing in the fire, burning the whole time.
Yeah, it's a lot of ticks. I've seen, I forgot who was testing it, but it starts going slow. But the thing is they were all standing in the fire together, so they probably just had like the same tick damage going.
Yeah, that's exactly it. All right, let's go into game number 3. Like I said, we don't drag things around. We go straight into the action. We're going into game number 3, Beasty versus Anotand, French versus Order of the Dragon.
Huh. Okay. Well, we all know how French versus HRE used to do. We all know what people think about Order of the Dragon. So let's see if that's going to lean into the same narrative.
Yeah, exactly. Straight into the wrong scene, fellas! Oh, I did it again. Okay. We are on... What map is this? Dry Arabia?
Dry Arabia. Yeah. OG Dry Arabia.
Okay, so we have Anotand as the French versus Beasty as Order of the Dragon.
One thing I'll say is Beasty probably going to really quickly wall in between his two wood lines. Very little investment, but it does great things versus a cavalry civilization.
Switch screen. I did switch it. We're good.
He's probably like on his phone, so it's even longer delayed.
I was gonna say it should be good. It looks good on my side. Okay, so I wonder how Anotand's gonna play this. I mean, Dry Arabia, French.
It's gonna be the OG quick age up.
I feel like French versus, I've always been a fan of French versus HRE as like French. Like I feel like it's very hard for HRE. Now, obviously, this is Order of the Dragon, but I feel like it's still going to be tough for Order of the Dragon too. So I'll be curious how Anotand will play this. Now, I'm guessing Beasty intentionally chose a different Civ here because he knew or suspected Anotand was going to pick Order of the Dragon for him. And so he wanted to avoid another mirror matchup, which, I get that because that's how I play the game. I hate mirror matchups. If I know my opponent's going to pick a Civ I like, I pick a different one.
I would assume Order would be the pick too, but I don't know if French would be the Civ I would choose to play against, knowing that I'm going to get Order. That being said, BC obviously has a game plan for this. Anotand is doing that quicker age up, I believe. You send 2 off the gold right off the bat. Everyone else goes to the food, and he should be aging up here in just a little bit.
And what's kind of interesting about Anotand's pick here is how he chose Order of the Dragon for Beasty, right? He's choosing it because everyone's saying Order of the Dragon's weak and all that, but the thing is, Beasty has played quite a bit of Order of the Dragon. He probably has more experience than most players. Actually, let me rephrase that. He probably has more experience with Order of the Dragon than any other player in AoE 4 right now, because he plays them, and the other players don't. Not really. So I feel like this is kind of the thing where you probably shouldn't pick Order of the Dragon for BC, because like HRE, BC is very good with the Civ.
Yeah, it's just kind of leans into his playstyle, leans into his comfort zone. Anotand, though, he's going with School of Cavalry, going to go in with some aggression. The Minework Palace, that one single villager on it, and we'll see if BC is going to end up dropping an outpost onto his gold near the wood line, or kind of what his game plan is to protect himself up.
Yeah, I'll be curious what he does. We do know that his front woodline spawn is actually a pretty good spawn for him, because he only has to invest like 10 wood to wall the middle, and then he can so his wood's gonna be super secure. And then everything behind that's really, really secure. It's so hard for archers to walk around. Knights obviously can roam well, but not the biggest deal. And there's that outpost that I was expecting. Yep, there's the outpost. And then his food is not that far from his gold either, so he can transition to that later on. And that's
very, very good spawn. I like it a lot for BC.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing HRE or Order of the Dragon, this is probably one of the best spawns you can get in terms of, defensive ability.
And sending a few more over to the gold. He's already got wheelbarrow in queue, and obviously that knight immediately queued up as well.
Man, and Anotand only found 6 sheep in total, whereas Beasty has 11 so far. Now Anotand, maybe he'll find some more, but at the moment, yeah, there's only one other sheep I saw here that he could get on this side he's scouting right now. So he's gonna be forced on the map, which is fine. But for BC, this is good that he got all the sheep, because as HRE or Order of the Dragon, that's what you want. And I really love these walls from Beasty, by the way. I love it. Well, let me rephrase. It's very good. It's something I remember Hut doing back in the day, except you had to wall all the way around the gold. But now that your walls connect to your natural resources, it's a lot cheaper, and it just makes you unrateable from knights.
Building a stables of his own, so we'll be able to try to put some pressure with those gilded horsemen, and those gilded horsemen actually surprisingly trade somewhat well into knights, as far as like being able to chase them down, kill any of the lower health knights that dive a little too far and a little too deep.
Yeah, exactly. And You know, that's the thing. Like, Horseman's Spear from Order of the Dragon is actually kind of scary because, again, when the Horsemen get on top of your archers, they die quick. Because, again,
Yeah.
they're stronger, right? So, it is one of those things where I think it is definitely a very strong unit composition. And
Anotand didn't want to try to kill any of those sheep of BCs on the way before the town center. Unfortunate there. And there's that wall being dropped in between the wood lines as we were expecting.
Yep. Again, why wouldn't it's 10 wood, and you cut off an area where your opponent can harass you.
Yep. Horseman on its way to the other side. And Anotand just moved out to the deer, so very vulnerable location for himself. I think he scouted it out, but
Yeah, here comes the first horseman. Probably going to go. You know, it might get. It's going to get a vill kill. There's nothing here defending these villagers.
this is a huge feels bad.
Yeah, this is going to be at least one villager kill because it does. What is it? How much damage does it do to a villager? 15. Yeah, so it's like 3 shots a villager. Although these do have. No, they don't have textiles. I thought they did for a second.
Oh, Anotand almost was able to body block it, but he stopped moving with the back villager. One vill goes down. Second vill almost actually ends up going down. Beasty's dropped a few farms under his town center because he knows he can't move out to that mill. He can't move out to the berries, and he doesn't want to run out of these sheep or else he's dead.
Yep, barracks coming out for Anotand. And this is the thing, right? Anotand did not find many sheep. So, I mean, he's got to be almost out of sheep, too. Yeah, he has 5 sheep left. So he's definitely, you know, gonna need to be transitioning soon. He is on the left side deer as well.
Yeah, Beasty is going to be able to scout that out. This time, though, there is a knight trailing. The villager's going to try to hide, but there's a scout there with Beasty, and another vill is easily going to get taken down if Beasty wants to.
Another raid on the right side.
Oh no! 2 villagers going to fall here during this, and the Gilded Horseman still quite healthy.
Yeah, it takes so long to kill. He's also going to lose an archer. So, I mean, Beasty is really kind of tearing Anotand apart with these 2 horsemen. And, you know, losing 3 villagers early is never a good feeling. Especially when, you know, typically you're like, hey, I'm French. I should be the one killing your workers and having map control, not the opposite.
Yeah, especially when you send a knight on a horseman, you're like, oh, I'll be able to clear that up easy. And you're like, my knight has hit this horseman 10 times, I feel like, and the horseman just still barely alive.
And I like what BC's doing behind this. He's placing farms slowly, just slowly kind of adding farms behind while working towards that castle age. It's super strong. And I think it's something it's going to be hard for him to really secure any portion of the map for deer. So rather than, you know, starve himself, it's better to do that. And look at Anotand, though. He does have a knights and a scout kind of watching. I feel like Anotand should really drop off those 2 sheep back at home.
Villagers again on the west deer. Another raid by BC. Just these horsemen, they're so strong.
Yeah, it's the difference between a normal horseman and Order of the Dragon. As you can see that a knight, you know, still did like almost half the damage, but it still guarantees a vill kill. You know, with normal horsemen, you know, it just dies. Does kill the first horseman. Second horseman going to go poke at the gold once more.
There is a spear there at the gold.
And BC is going up to Castle Edge with that Regnance. And Anotand should see that. He doesn't actually. Anotand does not know that he's aging, though he may have heard the sound. I mean, he should know, but hard to say for sure.
These horsemen, though, they've just provided so much damage, so much just annoyance.
Yep, another vill going down. And did Anotand see it this time? He did. So now Anotand knows the age-up's on the way. He is going to lose another villager. That is 5 villagers going down now. And just wait. And there's going to be a gilded archer. I bet there's going to be a gilded knight. And that is just going to destroy Anotand.
Yeah, once the Gilded Knight comes out, like think about what these horsemen have been doing, but just multiply it by like 3.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is true, but I heard that with +1 melee attack, a Gilded Knight one-shots a villager with a charge.
Guildhall, though, on the way for Anotand, so matching the castle timing pretty well throughout all this, and he actually has a good amount of military still alive as far as the knights go.
Yeah, the question will be, what's he going to do? Oh, and he is going to get his first Vil pick. So that feels good, gets a little bit of revenge. And yeah, now that's the real question, is why Anotand rush castle. You don't usually see that in French versus, you know, H or E, for example. So I wonder what his game plan is.
He did go up with the guild hall too, so like that longer term investment where he's like, hey, if this game extends, I'm fine with it.
I actually like that, honestly. You know, the Royal Institute still has its place, and it's like, if you're gonna castle all in, you want to go for the Royal Institute, but I think the guild hall is still really good in a lot of situations. Oh, we're gonna see another villager go down. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. Oh, barely saves it.
Oh my gosh, that was close. Without the micro, that villager was down 100%.
Yep.
Knight in the north side, getting pretty low, a spear and a horseman there, and this one escorts the first relic back on home.
Yeah, I mean, that one, Anotand knew that one he's going to get, right? You're not denying that one. And here's the first Gilded Knight in the middle of the map. Like, look at that. 36 damage.
400 health. Anotand just gets his Royal Knight upgrade, so he's got the veteran Royal Knights. It's still only hardened Spearman. Veteran upgrade not on the way yet. And that Gilded Knight is just running towards his deer. And it's just nothing he can do about it.
Yeah, I mean, he has to... look at that. It does over half the damage without the charge. I mean, that did... How much damage is that?
Oh, but Anotand counters out, kills the prelate in the middle.
That's a feels good, man. And it looks like... Ooh, that Gilded Knight is taking a lot of damage. It might fall. Gilded Knight
Beasty's
is
too
down.
distracted with the middle there. He was trying to micro the spearman. Arb is arriving, and another prelate's moving out for Beasty, just trying to get out to the other relic, but he's not...
He did grab a second relic on the left, though. Oh, and another villager went down on that left deer pack. He's going to lose another, at least one more. Knight goes down for Anotand. Another villager. I mean, that's 7 Vil kills so far for Beasty.
Anotand, though, he does send a knight to the berries. He's able to get at least one return kill. I'm not sure if chivalry has been invested. Nope, no chivalry yet. So those knights are still hurting.
Uh-oh. Anotand's going to lose that spear. Nope, never mind. I lied. I lied. It was a joke. I was just messing. I was hoping you guys would believe me, though. All right.
Another prelate gets taken out, though, and this is just resources that Beasty has been investing into. He has been able to secure 2, though.
Yeah, he was able to sneak that one on the far left, kind of not on Anotand's side, but on the left center area. And now, you know... First monk is coming out for Anotand, so he should grab that first relic. I assume he'll go straight for that second one, and you know he might be able to secure 3 relics away from Beasty here.
Yeah, doesn't feel bad by any means. Looks like he's moving over to the stone, so let's see if this is going to be for a keep or for another TC, maybe.
And we do see Inspired Warriors being upgraded once more. We also see Beasty moving across with a bunch of spears, and I don't think Anotand's going to be able to stop this. That relic is going to be taken, so Beasty will be able to secure 3 relics, which is a big win. He's going to feel really good about that.
Yep.
Oh, and a Gilded Knight on the food again. Anotand just keeps on taking damage on that left side deer pack, losing another villager.
Yep, 2 spears pop out, but he still should lose another villager, I think. Beasty's just going to walk right around.
Yeah, he's trying to micro it, but man, yeah, those do a lot of damage.
Now headed towards the gold. Anotand's still in the gold. Hadn't pulled back there either. Anotand, hello.
It was fake news. You cannot one-shot a villager. I was fake. Oh, wait. Without textiles. Without textiles. It has to be without textiles. I would have killed it without textiles, though.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy how much damage that did. 75 to 27. That was almost 50 damage. Which still is not a one-shot. Ooh, and actually, Beasty secures a 4th relic.
Oh, wow.
I don't know
This is devastating.
I think Anotand, I don't think his monk came back immediately. At least I don't feel like it did, because that was way too slow for that monk, and that was there a while ago. Definitely seems like a little bit of a mistake by Anotand there to let that happen.
Yeah, Beasty's full walled his side in. He's run out of that gold, but at this point, he's getting 4 relics. Well, 3 relics are in, and he has a gold behind his wall still.
Yeah, he's
He's
not.
trying to even grab the relic on the Anotand's side, but Anotand has said no to that one.
Yeah, there's way too many spears for that to happen. It feels bad, man. Like you hate to see it, and Anotand actually just calls it. He says, "You know what? It's over. I've lost so many villagers. You got 4 relics. I'm out. GG."
Yeah,
BC's
the thing is, I almost feel like he could have just said, all right, screw it. I need to go up to Imperial Age. I don't know if he had already used his guild hall, though.
I mean, even if he did, I don't think it mattered at that point. That's the thing. Against Beasty, I don't think you choose Order of the Dragon. I think I think that's what Beasty likes to play. And people are learning that the hard way. They think that because they all think that Order of the Dragon is weak. And then Beasty goes, "Nah, I don't lose with him."
Well, 2-1 Beasty with a clean game on the order. We kind of saw the spawn form. He dropped the outpost. He walled real quickly and just did not allow Anotand to get pressure with any knights, and then just harassed the ever-living hell out of Anotand with a couple of those gilded horsemen.
Yeah, and now we're kind of on match point for Anotand here. Like, BC just has to win this next game, and he wins the tournament. And he is the official champion of the Draft of Empires. But
the official champion.
Anotand, you can't count Anotand out yet. Who knows what that man will do. All right, and for the last matchup, it's going to be, or I shouldn't say the last one. For the 4th game, we have
a potential last one.
Cliffside. They're drafting picks now. And I'll let you guys know the moment I have it.
What's your guess?
Order of the Dragon is what BC is going to pick for Anotand. Anotand is going to pick... What do you pick? Japanese?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't even know.
No, heck no, I don't pick Japanese.
Like, what's like at this point, what civ do you pick for your opponent? French?
That I actually I have no idea.
I'm not saying Japan's a bad civ, by the way. I'm just saying maybe, I don't know.
I honestly I have no idea. I'm trying to think, and I haven't played Order enough or watched enough Order games to kind of know the difference here.
Yeah, I think they're both thinking about it because they still haven't, they're still waiting for to go ready. So we'll see. Delhi's good though. Like Anotand is a known Delhi player, by the way. He's very good with Delhi. I would be very surprised if BC chose Delhi for Anotand.
I would have to agree with that statement as well.
Like Anotand
Delhi was one of Anotand's OG come up civs.
Yep. I would be very surprised if BC chose that for Anotand. What's the best new civ? Sushi Legacy probably. Second best would be Jeanne d'Arc, at least in the current what's been figured out so far is what I would say.
I don't know. You're forgetting the Ubids too.
Oh wait, I did forget about them. Those 3.
Those are definitely the 3. It depends your play style, I think, which one you prefer. Jean is more of the micro intensive, you want to fight and military. Sushi Legacy is more of actually a couple different things, but you kind of have that economic focus, great granary transition, great 2 TC, even 3 TC song, and then a Ubids, they have 4 to 5 different builds as well, but kind of lean to a faster castle.
Here we go. Anotand picked Iabids for Beasty, and Beasty chose John d'Arc for Anotand. So,
There's one thing I'm very scared about. So I'm assuming BC's going to go Bazaar. And if he gets good ticket rolls on the military units, it's going to be hard for Jean to kind of actually outmatch the battle.
yeah, this feels like a mistake to give. I don't know why Anotand's give. I mean, I guess he just doesn't know what else to do. I guess or in terms of like, what do you do? What? Because Beasty's good with all the old civs. So I guess Anotand's hoping that maybe with the new civs, maybe Beasty's not as good with Iabids.
Hopes he gets bad tickets.
Yeah, hopes he gets bad tickets. I mean, it's tough to say, but we'll be going into game number 4 here. They have started, so we're going to go straight into the action. Game number 4. Beasty versus Anotand. Iabids versus John d'Arc on Cliffside.
The potential last game. All of the money is on the line here for the finals. Well, not all the money, but Anotand battling for his spot to even up the series here. And we'll see what the Cliffside spawns have in store for us.
Yeah, we'll see exactly. And I did update the scoreboard before anyone can tell me to do it. So don't even worry about it. I'm way ahead of you guys. All right, and here we go. We'll find out how I don't know how much Anotand's played the new civs. Like, so his Byzantines feels like he has a more familiarity with Byzantines, for example. He feels very comfortable with them, it feels like. I don't know how he is with John d'Arc, though, to be fair. John d'Arc is pretty darn powerful. But again, it's against Iabids, which again is considered more powerful.
Yeah, I think BC's going to go for the casino build. This is looking to be where, you go for the berries, you go onto the gold after and go up to the casino. Anotand doing the correct thing with Jean. So obviously he has played with her a little bit of stutter there, and building all of the houses and buildings with his Jean.
Yeah, and we see, we'll be very curious to see how this plays out. And yeah, we just have Berry Gathering, House of Wisdom. I assume I don't know the meta with Iabids. I've only gone by what people have told me, that they're very strong. Do you go up with Bazaar first typically? Is that the normal way to play them?
Mm-hmm.
It is?
Yes, it is. So the Bazaar, you go up and you get like a good amount of tickets, and you can use 4 of them. So what you'll see is BC's going to go into like gold with like 8 villagers during the age up. He's immediately going to have enough for 2 tickets and already have like wheelbarrow on its way, is usually what you'll see with the build. And the tickets are, you're wanting the military for 1. It forces a reaction out of your opponent. And then you want villagers as, well, actually villagers is what you want the most of, but then military probably second.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Because think about aging up to feudal and buying 4 villagers. Like, you're immediately have 4 villagers.
Yeah, I do know that. I know about the buying the villagers, which is obviously really good.
But both military units, the skirmishers and the swordsmen, are both really strong. The skirmishers have the extra damage to all infantry, and the swordsman has extra damage to melee.
Okay.
School of Cavalry being built. Just 1 Jean d'Arc on the School of Cavalry. So just getting as much XP as possible for her.
Yeah, so, and we do see, actually, we're seeing the economic wing for Feudal Age.
Oh, so not going up with the Bazaar. He just wants the straight up vills from it.
I guess he wants to probably get, but he does have the 3 vills planned to go on to gold. So I think he's just going to do a fast castle into the Bazaar, is my assumption, which I think is something I've seen some players do, so it makes a bit of sense.
And one thing I want to point out that Beasty did is, if you look at the berries, the initial 2 berries, they're not fully gathered out. They got 31, 27 left in there, because right when the economic wing finishes, each of those that isn't finished up get an additional 50 food.
Yep. So he's giving himself that extra, 100 food for those first 2, and in total 200. He's going to get 300 extra food in total on his berries.
Yeah. Really, really nice for himself there. Anatan scouts out the berries. The thing about Ayubids is they have so many different builds you can go, and the fast castle, it only costs 450 gold. So it's one of those that you don't need like 7 or 8 on gold like you see other civs do with fast castle. You can easily age up. I think it's like 5 that you can end up doing it with.
With the culture wing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he's gonna go Bazaar, right? For his castle age? I would
Not at that
assume.
point. Usually you'll see the bazaar first, and then the fast castle you want culture because the culture's cheaper and it comes through quicker.
Interesting. So he might not do his own version of gambling.
Yeah, the gambling is definitely the start. Like if you do the bazaar, it's right off the bat usually.
Yeah, we do see Beasty. He is using his scout to kill wolves. And for those curious, that's to deny experience points for John. Kind of like Roos, you know, Roos gets gold, John gets experience. So you're going to see that a lot, I think, where you kill wolves with, obviously, your scout as you walk around and get sheep.
And right as he ages up, Jean has aged up as well. She is now a swordsman.
She's a woman at arm.
Oh,
and
whatever.
She's going straight for that boar.
Well, I guess she's not a swordsman. She has a mace, is what she uses. Even though it looks
Wait,
like
really?
yeah. If you hover over, it says mace melee. But if you look at her, it definitely is a Zwei.
Yeah, she's using her sword.
That's a Zwei.
Which is still a sword.
Yeah, I know. It's
do
just a specific type.
And we do see Anotand. He's already got archers, knights on the way. He's going straight across the map, going straight for those berries, actually. And so he's going to be able to get BC off of those. And
He spots out this fast castle, too. He sees 7 villagers on the gold.
He knows it's coming.
Yep. BC, though, doing the same thing with the wall, just connecting it up to that gold, making it so hard to do some raiding. But there's the first knight on the front side.
Villager
Great
gets
body
away.
blocking by the villager, though.
Yep. And that's what that wheelbarrow does. It gives you that nice speed boost. And look at John Dark. She's just roaming the map, looking for more wolves, looking for more, a boar. The thing is, BC's killed a lot of the wolves on this side of the map. So I don't think he's going to get any...
Oh, he's found 2 in the corners.
BC did?
No, Anotand, he's A-moving, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
looking at it, and he's going to find 2. One in each, the corner, and then if he goes north a little bit. And
Yeah, he'll
another
like
wall to
that.
the berries now. Gross.
And, Vil getting shot, trying to wall up the berries. Another wolf killed on the right-hand side by BC. There's a lot of wolves on this map.
Oh, Archer steps a little too close to town center, and it gets taken on out.
And look at that, 2 outposts by his gold. He really wants to keep his gold safe so that he can get to that castle age. You know, he's already getting pretty close to it.
Yeah, and it's not just that straight up fast castle. He's gotten every single economic upgrade. So he's going to hit castle and have the ability for all of these villagers to kind of have this extra boost.
Oh man, he tried to bait a retreat, idle time from BC, but BC either didn't notice the knight charging or didn't care because he called the bluff.
Yep. And it might actually be. It's not a fast castle yet. Let's see if he clicks it. Because right now it looks like he's just waiting. He's gonna click one of the different wings. So let's see which one he's actually gonna click. It could be the bazaar.
He's going Bazaar. I told you. I can't believe you doubted me.
It is the bazaar. Okay. The trades are better, I guess, since it's castle age. And look at how many villagers he sends over to that gold for the trades. That's wild.
Yeah, he sends 21.
Villagers.
That is a lot of villagers. John is killing wolves over on the left side map. And where's that boar? Oh, yeah, she can definitely get that boar. We see barracks coming out as well. And Anatand's actually close to castle himself. He's already, he has the food now. Well, he's one away, but he should have the food. And he's actually walling Beasty in, which actually I like. I mean, I hate it, but I like it too. Being walled in feels bad, man. And he's going up with the guild hall.
Yeah, he never uses consecration ability that he has on her. He's about to have a second charged. I feel like at the very least he could have used it on a TC and had his timing a little bit quicker.
Yeah, I agree. And it looks like Beasty is blocking the wall from completing on the right-hand side with his scout. You know, very annoying. And John kills the next boar.
So I'll click over to John real quick, see how her XP halfway to her level 3. Obviously, there hasn't been any fighting. Leans heavily towards, you know, the opponent of Jean, but at least getting XP another way.
Yeah, which is really nice. And we do see, oh, okay, almost aged up in 10 seconds. They're both going to age up at almost the same time.
Anotand, though, he has walled Beasty in. And look, oh my gosh, I just realized this. Look at the gold.
Yeah, all the gold's out there. I mean, he does have one in the back of his base, though. So what did he make?
Yeah.
Does he just get 3 traders and that's it?
Mm-hmm.
So he got unlucky with his little gamba?
Yeah.
I bet he's a little irritated at that he only got access to the traders.
Well, I mean, it's a risk you gotta take. And no, he could have bought something else already.
He did buy 4 vills, so it's vills and 3 trades.
Okay.
So he did get 4 villagers. Yeah. But yeah, the other one's traders, and he's not gonna be able to utilize that because, well, he's walled out for the trade anyway.
And now he's building a moss to try to go secure these relics, and Anotand is rather close to completing these walls.
Well, that's what you get for gambling, folks.
He got 600 food as well.
Oh, did he already?
What Crackety said.
Okay, I guess I didn't see the food. Wait, how many did he get? I thought you only get 4.
You get 5 tickets and you can use 4.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Oh, the wall! It's not quite done. Anotand has 1 left he needs. This is actually crucial. He's not going to finish it unless he quick wall. Oh, it's just a spearman there. It's not the crossbows. He can quick wall it if he does it and notices in time.
Yeah, that spearman did get past, but that wall is going to finish. Or at least it should finish.
And now Anotand, look at those men-at-arms, the rare seen men-at-arms. I say that about French men-at-arms, but love to see men-at-arms in general of the French variants because they just look so cool and interesting.
Yeah, so we do see that, and Arbs as well. So Arbs, that, and you know, he's gonna burn through this wall and grab that with his Dorvish. Really wants the relics. Uh-oh.
Ooh, and the camel, it's getting out of position. The dervish, Cambulance.
Oh, he wasn't paying. It's fast enough to where it should get away. It's as fast as the knight if you didn't know. Oh, and he did use traders. He bought traders. He has 8 traders that can do nothing at the moment.
Oh, I mean, he had the gold to do it, and he ran out of that original gold. So that gold vein now is all about that west side. If Anotand knew this, if Anotand spotted it and went up with Bazaar, he should know where Beasty wants to go to, which is that gold, and could get a huge benefit from it.
All right, and yeah, that wall is going to be denied. So now, you know, the Dorvish can now start grabbing relics. Villager lives with 2 health, at least for now. And curious about what Anotand's going to do. I mean, right now, Beasty's in a good position. He's up by almost 20 workers. He's leading in military. Oh, Villager just stayed idle and died. So what is, like, I'm trying to think what Anotand can do here.
You say 20 workers, you forget there are 8 traders that are...
Oh, do traders count on there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, still 12 worker lead. Or 10.
But those 8 traders are going to take the trip, but Anotand takes the fight. This one's with John.
Holy and
She's getting kind of low.
She died.
She gets taken out.
I didn't know she could die. That's crazy. Nah, just kidding. But he is going to clean that out. And look at these traders. These 8 traders going for trade. 29 gold a trip. He will get the first trip for sure. But I imagine Anotand's going to kill all 8 traders here in just a moment.
Unless, and so much for Beasty having the better army, as now the army falls and some of that eco will fall with it. Obviously, there's no eastern walls for Beasty, so there is a clear path for knights to hit eco too.
And you know what? I don't know if Anotand saw those traders move by because he's not even trying to find them.
Maybe he just doesn't even care.
And that's possible too. And he is going to re-wall the center now, so
We bought
that
Joan back.
and it's cheap. It's like what, 250 gold in the feudal age, or in the level 2, right?
250, yeah. Not too bad by any means. She should be right around the corner from age 3. 40 XP away from age 3. So that's literally a couple more units or just waiting a bit more time.
So it looks like Beasty was able to do 2 stone trades and was able to get the skirmisher, and then the other 2 were for traders once again.
Not getting those trades that he wants.
And it's every 4 minutes, right?
I thought it 3, I think. 4 minutes, 3 or 4.
Okay.
Roughly.
And he's going to burn through the new wall that was just created. That poor villager. You know, put all that work in just to be denied once again.
Anotand, though, he's got a significant military mass. He's lacking on the vills, but one thing he does have going for him is that map control. There's going to be a timing in a little bit that Beasty running low on gold and running low on the food.
Yeah, and
he's got 1 set of deer left next, I think.
Yep, and here comes the... Now, I think Anotand's army is stronger. I mean, there is only 4 spears. That's it. It's really not that many.
You can't forget Anotand has Jean.
Yeah, and obviously John, which has got to be close to level 3.
I'm pretty sure we're like 10 XP away. Oh, there's level 3. We just heard it.
Oh, there we go. And what is she gonna call? Men-at-Arms, her champions.
Has 4 of the Holy Wrath abilities. Now we've gotten to the point where we've seen some consecrations, and Anotand's dropping the monastery to finally secure some relics away from Beasty, who has gotten 2.
Yeah, and if we look, there's a lot of Dorvishes. That's 4 Dorvishes, 5 Dorvishes that
their healing is nuts.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's nuts. Like nuts. Even in fights.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it had boosted health. I knew it had the Wololo healing.
And the first raid coming in a while, a horseman takes a villager down to 1 health.
And then dies. As villagers chase it. Try to chase it.
Not quite. Anotand's still massing up. It's horseman and cross or arb for him. And it is mainly that spear crossbow composition on the other side, but with some dervishes to heal on up.
We see a second TC for Beasty now, and you know, I am surprised. Maybe Anotand doesn't know or just not thinking about it, but you know, John can get the sacred sites. She has the ability to do so, but doesn't look like he's going
Beasty
to.
Beasty is out of gold. I think this is what Anotand's been waiting for. Beasty,
yes.
No more gold here, and so no more of those higher class units, no more upgrades coming in play. And now the longer this goes is going to kind of be his benefit. But, ooh, Mangonel being built on the field by Beasty.
Yeah, and I think you're exactly right. That is Anotand's goal, is to starve Beasty off of gold. He doesn't care. That's why he's not pushing. He's just trying to deny gold, and that's it. That's all he cares about. The thing is, though, yeah, there's still 14 spearmen, 16 crossbows, 10 skirmishers, some golems, and a mangonel now. And that mangonel is going to be really difficult for him to kill.
Yep. You said, no, yeah, you're right. It's if Joan was the other ranged Joan, you can use that divine arrow and snipe down the mangonel pretty well. But with the current composition, it's going to be more on the horsemen to go circle, which there's only 15 spears. There's 31 horsemen. Anotand could potentially get a nice circle on the mangonel, but he's just giving up this position. And Beasty's got enough for a keep here in a second, too.
Yep.
Anotand just totally, I feel like, gave up his control.
And look at that. Look at the trade. 87 gold for each trader that's about to go. Oh, okay, here comes the kind of engagement. John's almost dead. Didn't even get to use the Holy Wrath ability. Mangonel gets a 6 shot.
Horseman trying to get a circle. Mangonel still great. Pullback by Beasty. Mangonel gets another shot. Takes down a bunch of the Arbs, but gets taken down. Fight still going on. Jean's back into the fight. Holy Wrath used. Gets a good amount of AoE damage in, and it is back to trading. Beasty's units are surrounded.
And he can't go with Jean. She's too weak. he literally can't push. He wants to. He wants to use his Holy Wrath again, but he doesn't have the health to do that. Because again, those spearmen really spearmen are the best way to kill John. But here comes the keep. Sacred Site taken. And oh, he's just gonna sacrifice her. She's dead. Right? Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Not sure that was worth it.
I mean, now this is where Beasty has reclaimed his gold again. The keep's about to finish just in time.
And look at that worker lead, or eco lead, 40 ahead almost.
This is where I really feel like Anotand could have pressured some other sides of the map, try to done something, because Beasty's eco, it's been wide open. His wood line on the front, like Anotand never split off a knight through this front gate that he had, and never really did anything but just masked up and sat there and waited.
Yeah, now he's trying to push forward again. He actually bought John back. She is back. And he's just going to push immediately, going to push the stone. I mean, again, BC is on 2 TCs. He secured a gold. He doesn't quite have a farm transition complete, so he has about, I don't know, 15 idols or so. But I just don't know if I see this going well.
Just activated and utilized for those arbs, so getting some great trades in. Jean uses their ability again on the spears. Needs to watch out though, stepped a little too close to the spears.
Yeah, once again, stepping too close to the spears. And she's, arrow fire doesn't do much, but still, she's very weak.
And Beasty, look at his military count. He's got nothing. He's got 35 idle vills. He's got nowhere to really grab
Wait,
to.
what?
And Beasty forfeits. It's the timing. Anotand just gets to sit under the TC from then on.
Wow. Okay. People were calling that over. They were saying it's over. Beasty wins. Wrong. Oh, he DC'd?
I'm not sure if he DC'd or not.
No, he didn't. He didn't. Okay.
I was about to say that so I've seen this happen before. The idea, like you said, Anotand just traded Jean, and you were like, I'm not sure if that was worth it. But what Anatand's plan was trade for military, rebuy Jean, keep pumping. And all this time, BC's been denied off of the gold. He was struggling on the food because Anotand had all of the other food resources on the map. So he knew that BC wasn't able to remass up at that time.
That was, yeah, I'm actually surprised BCGG. Now, I mean, maybe he was dead. I didn't, I know he was struggling for food because he just ran out of food. He had 35 idols. John was still alive. There's a bunch of units in his base, and he had no military. So I do think he was probably dead, but I'm still surprised he left. Normally, BC really likes to stay in till the end, like really the end sometimes, where, there's 0% chance. So I was a little surprised to see him GG there. But that was... Man, that was Anotand winning that game. I was watching Twitch chat during that game, and I heard, I heard people being like, "Man, it's over. Anotand GG, Anotand
thought it
dead."
was over.
To be fair, I thought Anotand was gonna lose too. Not gonna lie, I thought it was over, but
right when I saw that repush come through, I looked up at the military and I was like, Anotand just has been able to remass back up and constantly produce during all of this time, and John was able to just immediately get rebuilt, and it was just enough from there.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. I literally thought, I was like, okay, I mean, Beastie taking it 3-1. At least Anotand took a game, but now we're going to the deciding match. Game number 5. Poor Blades dog. Yeah, my dog is very, she has not liked my streaming these past couple days, but she's fine. This is the finals, T-Serp. Why did BC have 32 idols? Well, he didn't have the wood to remake farms. He just lost his army, so he was trying to remake his army. And yeah, that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, Anotand had a game plan there, and I was even questioning it there at the end, but it wasn't just the gold that he was denying. It was the food too.
Thank you, Kepi. Yep, it is my birthday. I'm an old man, but you know what? It is what it is. Also, to answer the question, the winner is first place gets $500. Jaina, I know, girl. I know you don't like it when I ignore you this long, but you'll be fine.
Yeah, Najee's the same way. Don't worry.
Um,
Luckily, I have a roommate here who is letting him outside, so that makes it a little easier on me.
I used to have my brother used to live here, so he could, get her attention and she'd be fine. But now that it's just me, she's like, yeah, you're the only one who gives me attention. Don't worry. The dog gets a lot of treats and stuff, so she'll be fine. Don't listen to her whining.
But now we have Order of the Dragon for Anotand. I'm just guessing that, right?
X500.
That's fine.
Happy
And-
birthday.
Thank you very much, Zothras, for the 500 bits. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
What's the map? Do we know yet?
I'll find out for you right now. They didn't say what map, so I'm guessing they might have done that in like Discord or something, but I can see the civ, or I'm loading the civ, so I should be able to see that. Himyama is the last one. And
Ooh.
Anotand is HRE and Beasty is Japan. Wow. Anotand gave Beasty Japan on Himyama, which I think is like one of Japan's best maps.
I think Anotand was expecting Order here.
I think he probably was too.
I know Anotand practiced, obviously, Byzantine and Order. He looked really good on Himiyama earlier today when he played as the Byzantines. Obviously, this one, he's the HRE, so let's see what he has planned here now.
Hamlet_Jaeger just subscribed. Happy B-Day. Eegtvlov.
I don't know what that was trying to say there, but thank you very much for the tier 1 Hamlet Jaeger. Greatly appreciated. Thank you. No, the dock is not free for Japan, but it's like, what, 75 wood? It's cheaper, right? Or is it just fishing ships that are cheaper?
Fishing ships are cheaper.
Okay, fishing ships are like, what, 35 wood?
Very cheap. I'm not sure. Let's go to the Learn tab and see here.
All right.
45 wood.
Oh, I need to invite you. They started. We got to get into the final game. Game number 5, fellas. Last game of the tournament. I mean, this is all you can ask for, is a finale where it goes to game number 5. Let's get right into it.
Here we go.
All right,
Crash.
Beastie crashed, so we'll come back. You can look at our faces once again as we wait.
Woo.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather Beastie crash right in the beginning than crashing.
And just like that, game 5's
in the middle
over.
of the
Good
game.
series.
Yeah. Refund Gamba? Why would we refund Gamba? It's the same game. Not at the beginning.
Wait, what?
Wait, how long were they playing for? They couldn't have been playing that long. How do we deal with it if he crashes in the middle? I mean, it depends on the situation.
This crash actually has a huge effect because now Beastie gets to see what Anotand's plan was, and Anotand gets to see what Beastie's plan is.
It was only 2 minutes.
No, but you now know if your opponent plans on going for water or not.
Well, that's if they looked at it.
They both went for a dock, is what Don already said.
Oh, they both did. Interesting. I'd rather him crash at the beginning than in the middle of the game or late game. Like, for example, in that last game, that would have been brutal if he crashed there, because then we'd have to do a review and see, do we do a regame, or do we give the win to Anotand, right, as an example. That's why when someone said that, I was like, oh, shit. Because that's not what I want to deal with.
Not at all.
It does seem like there's a lot of... I know BC's been crashing quite a bit this patch. It feels like.
Yeah, I know someone else who was crashing quite a bit, but I think he swapped some stuff around and might have fixed his problems. I'm not sure, though.
Okay, they just started, so hopefully we should be able to... observe soon. Again, if they did forget to enable observers, this game will not count and they will have to remake.
They enabled it.
Yep,
So
I see
you're
it.
good.
I always get worried about it though. All right, and now we're gonna officially go into game number 5. This is the grand finale, deciding point. The winner of this match is getting $500. The loser is getting $280.
And here we go yet again.
They're both going straight for it.
Yep. HRE for Anotand, Beasty on Japanese, Himeyama, and Water will be taken by both.
This is the first time I've seen this map played
look
or
at the
watched
woodline, though.
where both players go for water.
Weird wood line. At least both players are able to get decent docks in, but if Beasty had tried to drop a dock on that north side, I think it would have deleted both fish.
Yeah, that would have sucked.
It makes it, it's just like, all right, no more water in the middle. Let's just not even worry anymore.
Yeah, and you know, this is... Oh, man, I think Anotand made such a mistake giving water to Japanese here because this dock's just going to get sabotaged most likely. I mean, maybe not. Maybe BC doesn't care enough because, again, it is 2,000 food, so it's not like it's the most. But
And
we'll
if
see.
both players are on water, it's
Wait.
that 2,000 food's 1,000.
Normal HRE. That's right?
Yeah, that is.
I couldn't remember. I thought it was going to be Order of the Dragon, but it is normal HRE. Don already tricked me into thinking it was Order. So I don't know the answer to your question, though, Don. I assume it's the... I believe it's the same, though, as a normal fishing. All right, and we have the first dock incoming. Or, sorry, the first fishing boats for both. And I'll be very curious what they age up with.
Yeah, I'm concerned on how much food's going to be left by the time they're aging up with both of them taking water.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice part for BC, though, he gets to have so many less onto wood and always have that constant fishing boat production if he desires. Does look like Anotand is a 2 fishes and done.
I like how they're all friendly. Look at that. All friendly, just sharing the fish. No fighting. You know, this is how Age of Empires 4 should be. We should all be peaceful, no fighting, no action, just people living their lives. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. You know, just make it easy. No, why not just make it SimCity? I'll help you build, you help me build.
Yeah, and it makes sense for BC to make more, right? He's getting 45 wood, so I think 4 ships is probably all he needs. Although he does have another one queued, so he's going to go for 5. I'm not sure I agree with that, but then again, his fishing ships are cheaper, so it's fine either way.
Yeah, and this is where the first shoreline fish, it's already halfway done with from being gathered on out. So they're about to be moving on to the next shoreline fish in just a little bit, and Feudal Age is just now being dropped by Anotand, who like we talked about, stopped the wood gathering a lot earlier.
Why is Beasty so late? Like, I know there's Inspire. Does it make that much of a difference? Because Beasty's still, like, he's halfway up.
I mean, Anotand cut wood way early.
True,
like,
you're right.
Way earlier.
I wonder if he did that to combat the Shinobi that might happen. You know, because Shinobi are super strong in these hybrid maps. Although, I'm going to be honest, I actually don't think it might not be worth going Shinobi on this map. I mean, I suppose we'll see. It's hard to say.
Yeah, it's one that, I mean, that's where both landmarks have their viability, and the first shoreline fish has run out.
Yep, and he did just drop the Kura storehouse, so he's not going to go Shinobi. And you know, if this was a map like Rocky River, I think you go Shinobi 100%. But with on this map, I just don't think it's worth it because again, it's only 4 shoreline fish, and yeah.
Anotand moving out to the stone.
So it looks like he's going to go for a second town center. At least that's my assumption. Or he's getting the naval arrow slits.
Mmm.
Because if he does
wow.
because
Yeah,
if
that would take down all the fishing.
Yeah, that would stop all the fishing from Beasty. You know, it's 5 fishing ships that he invested in, which, you know, 45 times 5 is more than 200 wood. So, yeah, pretty costly. I think it's 220 wood, actually, if I'm doing my math correctly.
There's only 1,000 food left, though, in the middle pond at this point, and some of it's still Anotand's.
And Anatand's actually making an outpost, so because he doesn't know that BC's going up with the Kura House and not the other landmark that gives Shinobi. So he's worried about the Shinobi, and that's why he's making an outpost.
A little bit of the oversight there. I feel like this middle pond, it's just going to be neutralized here in like 2 minutes. Like, yes, Beasty, he might just fast castle straight up off of this. I think that's going to be his plan.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was. Yeah, there's 2 fish. Yeah, 2 of them are already gone. Arrow slits is going to complete, but I mean, I guess it does give Anotand the full 500 and whatever's left on those.
Beasty's just going to micro the low health ones back in, and then they'll jump out, I think. I think Beasty's still just going to be able to gather from this for a while. Anotand, though, he scouts out the gold. He's got to know. He's got to know how close Beasty is now. And Anotand's, he's not too far away himself, but still not quite the same timing.
Yeah, I mean, he does have inspiration, though, so I don't think he's going to be that far behind. Oh, fishing ship does go down for Beasty. I mean, I do like what BC's doing. He's definitely, you know, making sure to try to keep it all. He's just trying to take as much fish as he can. And there's only 170 food left.
In that one.
Yeah, on that one. So there's still 500, obviously, on the other one.
Yeah. It could be worse, but yeah, Beasty just getting as much denied as possible. Anotand, though, he's actually going to be dropping it, I think, first.
Yep, I told you.
He's going to be the one with fishing.
And I told you, Inspire. It really helps. And now he's aging up with 12 villagers to the 9.
Stables is being dropped. A couple farms are already next to that storehouse, but Anotand, he should be able to grab some of these relics for himself and have that extra eco because of the fishing.
Yeah, so now he has 580 fish or food left for fish, so that's nice. And let's see, you know, does he have any prelates on the map yet to grab relics? Doesn't look like it. I'm surprised he hasn't sent out any prelates because BC doesn't have any units, or at least I don't see any. Right? Yeah, there's just the horsemen.
I don't see any at all. There's that one barracks that BC has, and that's it.
And
the Regnance finishes.
There we go. 2 prelates out, 3rd one on the way. I mean, he should be able to secure 3 relics, I think, at least.
Yeah, I would say even more potentially. That being said, the Shinto priest is on its way out now. Anotand spots it.
I think
relic the priest
will
is
get it
going
first.
to, and not only that, Anatand's already got another one out. So if Beasty greeds and going for the far one like he is, it's gonna be late as well.
Yeah, Anotand already going for both of those, and oh man, Beasty's not gonna like that. He might try to use a scout to delay, but I don't know how well it's gonna do to delay. I don't think it's gonna be able to do it at all. That's 2 relics. 3rd relic going for the far one to the right. Anatand's going to get 4 relics here.
This looks really good. Yeah, there's one spearman there by Beasty, but Anotand should be able to have reinforcements there in time. Wololo going down.
Oh, no, wait. There is a Bogisha or whatever. That will be able to kill this, I think, before it gets back.
Oh, there was a knight in queue. It's on its way, though. So that knight should be able to help out just a little bit.
That unit does so little damage. Knight on the way, you're right. It actually might save this because it does so little damage.
Even if it doesn't save the prelate, it should be able to help clean this up. And another knight's going to be on its way. Yep, there it is.
Man, it doesn't do enough damage. It's gonna survive.
The first one down. The second one's gonna fall, and the priest should fall after.
And the second knight's on the way.
The prelate's gonna go down.
Yeah, the prelate's gonna go down, but it doesn't matter. There's a second knight can go for that priest. Oh, assuming Anotand realizes it, because now BC's baiting him away. Anatan now has 3 relics. Okay, nope, he knows. Or, yep, he knows. He's putting that there. Beasty realizing it, hides the monk. And
Beasty is at least able to grab one single relic from his side at this point.
And it looks like he's going to upgrade his town center. And yeah, so it's going to be 4 relics to 1. That's going to be very, very good for Anotand. Right? I mean, that's 4 Regnants.
You can already see how much gold Anotand has in the bank just from being on gold and just from the initial couple he's dropped.
Oh, look at that. Beast is going to lose his scout.
Oh, and that knight, that's knight's right in front of his stone, right in front of his base, and he doesn't have a ton of spears.
Look, Beastie got the second relic. Anotand pulled the knight.
Oh.
And now will Anotand be able to secure this? That's going to be the telling.
I mean, Beastie is going to go on a trip with this, but as I was mentioning, these knights now that he's masked up and he's killed Beastie's Ona Bush. I don't know how to say it. He's been taking beneficial trades, and I don't know how Beastie can stop a couple knights headed towards his side.
Yeah, and Anotand has killed 5 workers. Oh, wait, the fishing ships. That's right. I was like, what? And here we go. Beastie's, or, you know, Anotand's looking for this. He knows. He's like, I want that relic, and he's going to find it. He sees it. So, nice for him. Surprising the Wololo, probably didn't notice, and now he's gonna go grab that last relic.
He also snagged a villager out on Beastie's side, trying to build a wall.
Yeah.
At least Beastie delays the last relic from being secured. That's the benefit. Gold's not being gathered yet.
Yeah, and there's 260 food left on that shoreline fish that Anotand's gathering from.
Look at how much gold Anotand has, though. He's just now starting to spend some of it on some upgrades. He spots out the second town center right as BC's dropping it.
Yep.
Knight's going to go down as there's spears here, but it's going to pick up another... Oh, he pulled it back!
Oh. A little bit of a mistake to pull it back, but that's all right. He does have a market now. He is floating a ton of gold. I mean, he has a couple options here. He can go fast Imperial if he wants, which I'm guessing is what he's going to do. I mean, he's even placing outposts already and putting villagers on stone. He's going to go... I think he's going to go Imperial here.
Yeah, I mean, he just needs food. He only has 3 on... Is that right? 3 on food right now? 5 on food?
Yeah, he's not really... he's about to go take deer. He did pull 7 workers to go take the deer. BC's starting to wall.
Beastie, though, he's got 5 spears only, and, I mean... Yeah, they're veteran spears, but Anotand could just split off knights in a couple different spots, and might be hard for Beastie to deal with. Speaking of, Knight Raid onto the stone, able to pick up a Vil. A couple of those knights split off onto the berries as well, able to pick up another one.
Yeah, that's 8. You know, that's 8 eco damage. You know, counting the fishing ships, 5 fishing ships, 3 villagers. That's pretty good. Look at that gold, 2,500 in the bank. I'm like, use that market, baby. Spend some of that gold.
Heavily on the food. He's still making knights. He ran out of gold that he was gathering, but this is the point where stop gathering gold. Make those villagers start transitioning to farms or gather something else. And I think that's what he did. He's just sent those out to the deer in the middle.
He's still okay, so he's gonna do a castle timing, and he is finally spending his gold, and he is gonna have. He's still gonna keep 5 villagers on gold, so he's not gonna go for a fast imperial, which I'm okay with. I honestly, I mean, if I was him, I'd probably do a castle, try to do a castle timing as well. Get inspired warriors, make a bunch of prelates. I mean, you have 2,000 gold almost. Why not?
Look at this transition he's making. It's land snakes against all spears.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, they're very squishy, but all of a sudden, if he has 5 to 10 of them, and they're in that mass with his knights, the spears can't brace. They all die.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the, I mean, that's, yeah, he's going to spend all his gold, obviously, on land snakes, so that gold should be quickly dropping. I really wish he'd get inspired warriors. I feel like that would be a very effective way to deal with, you know, because it buffs your units, so why not?
He's on all these deer packs and doesn't have survival tech either.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he is getting his first ranged armor upgrade, whereas Beastie's getting +3 melee.
Yeah, so Beastie, he is wanting these spears to do the damage if they are able to close the gap at all. Not to mention the Ona Bagisha, they are doing a little bit more damage than from what we saw beforehand.
Yeah, yes they are. And the dock, he's burning the dock, which is fine. You know, you don't want to give free vision to your opponent. Only 3 barracks out though. Some farms coming out for Anotand, so he is kind of transitioning his food eco as well. And I mean, he's kind of either got to commit to this timing, because now his Imperial Age is a lot later than it should be if that was his initial plan. And so I'm assuming he's just going to he's planning on going for this time. He's also going to mix in Men-at-Arms. He's getting his Men-at-Arm upgrades. Look at that gold, now down to 600. Remember when he had 2.5k? I remember.
Actually, and this is what happens when you just only send like 5 villagers on gold, but he's still at 900 gold per minute with all the relics he has. Knight's going for another circle, going for a few more vills, and should be connecting on the walls that have not yet finished.
Should be able to get a Vill kill here.
Oh,
Okay, good.
there's one. And then he just runs on out.
And you know what's interesting is, like, what's BC gonna do against these, I wonder what's stronger, Samurai or Men-at-Arms from HRE fully upgraded? Samurai do 15 damage. Did he get the special upgrade? He's getting it now, so it's gonna do +4 bonus against infantry. So it's gonna do like 17 damage.
But look at this mass. He's knocking at the front door. He's not letting the walls finish again. And there are 10 land snakes here, and Beasty, I think seeing the land snake mass, he can't take this fight.
Yeah,
But if his spears step up, he dies.
That's 10 land snakes. Oh man, I think H3 Men-at-Arms are better than Samurai. They do 20. They're gonna do 19 damage compared to 17. No, never mind. Never mind. That Samurai does 22 damage.
There's a prelate coming. 5 relics for Anotand.
Oh man, look at these units. They're just streaming across the map. You know, Anotand has a huge army here. You know, we were criticizing Anotand's decision to pick Japanese, but this may end up working out.
Yeah, he's got the prelate there. He can go ahead and steal that relic, go and do a Wololo if he wants.
Oh, he is going to steal the relic. Yeah, now he has all
He's
5.
just pulling it back. Yep, 5 relic differential, and he's not letting Beasty get onto the gold. You can actually see he brought a villager up to try to drop an outpost on the northern gold, and he's burning down the secondary TC.
Yeah. I mean, yoinking that 5th relic, that's such a Chad move to do. You know, you see it. It doesn't feel good when you're the player getting yoinked.
And Anotand, he takes down the additional TC. Beasty trying to fast build an outpost. He gets the outpost up. Land snakes step up, get a couple great attacks in. And now Anotand, he attacked his farm. He aimed at the farm.
Yep. Oh,
it still doesn't matter though.
Yeah,
he's so far ahead. There's so many units. He broke off units backside of the wood line. He's on top of all the farms that are idled, and Beasty, he is crumpling.
I think he's dead. Cause yeah, he didn't make any of the Onomushas. I mean, his economy is devastated. He's at 5 military to 38.
All the farms are idled. The villagers, they're running through the walls. There's a land snake there. Gets a couple swings in before they get through, but look at that. There's 32 villagers just sitting outside the walls, standing, watching.
And look, land snakes and knights headed that way. I mean, those villagers are doing absolutely nothing. And, you know, BC, this is the final game of the tournament. BC does not want to lose this, right? I mean, this is a difference of $500 and $270 or whatever, or $280 or whatever I said. I can't remember. I'd have to look. But yeah, so it's like BC does not want to lose this game.
Yep, Beasty going back onto the farms, thinks he's okay for just a second, which Anotand, he is moving out, letting him breathe. Doesn't know where the villagers went, but they're back.
Yeah, they're back. They're back working. Now here's the thing. Sacred Site Timer is going behind this as well. BC did try to decap it, but is obviously getting denied. He's looking for those villagers. He doesn't know those villagers came back in.
Even still though, Beasty, he took a lot of damage. The second TC throughout all this, he's only down 3 villagers, but Anotand has so much passive resources going for him. It is now 5 relics, it's double sacred sites, and it's all of the deer, it's all of the resources on Beasty's side as well.
Now I just want to state, this game is not over. Now yes, it may look like it is, But look at Beasty's food. He's got a lot of food. He's got a maxed out town center, which actually is a huge eco boost. And he's starting to get a mass of those Unamashas. Now he has 6. He's got enough food and gold to mass quite a bit more. And if he can get a critical mass of these, Anotand's army is a full land army. It does not have range to deal with this.
So Beasty's trying the best he can. Doesn't have a ton of gold left back there, but might be able to secure up that northern side gold.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Right now, this is Beasty's only gold. He's got 700 gold on it left. Once it's out, all Anotand has to do, and look, he's already got an outpost and a knight watching this gold. He's making sure. He's making sure that he can't take that other gold. And he tried to decap the sacred site again because he only has 6 minutes. So Beasty doesn't want to be on a timer.
Yep, and Anotand diving into the base again. 60 units versus 27, and a lot of those are knights. A lot of those are land snakes, just these high quality units.
Knight in the back. And, I mean, those Unamashas, like I said...
of Beasty is getting demolished, but now the backside, the Anamushas, have been doing a significant amount of damage. He's up to 15 of them, but is 15 gonna be enough to hold this?
Yeah, I mean, he's got the town center shooting its rockets. It's doing devastating damage to the army. Look at that. The army is falling pretty quickly from Anotand now. Anotand is, you know, he has killed 34 workers, though. I mean, Beasties now has less workers than Anotand. Unamashas they're going to clean this up. The Unamashas, he has 18. He's going to clean this up. You know, now Anotand's going to be forced back once again. The military counts are pretty even. And what is, you know, you kind of need archers. You need a way to deal with these. And I'm not sure if Anotand's planning on making archers.
I'm not so sure at all. And Beasty, he's just slowly fallen in the villager count, but the military count's even finally for him. Somehow, some way.
Yeah, like I said, I was saying those Onumashus, if you can get a critical mass, they dominate men-at-arms, land snakes. You need range. And you know what? That's exactly what Anotand's doing now. He recognizes this, and he's starting to make some archery ranges. And he's going to start grabbing his... And he has all his blacksmith techs. So he's going to start adding in archers. Once he gets a critical mass of archers, he can take an engagement again.
Yep. BC yet again trying to deny the sacred site. I would love to see Anotand drop some outposts around the sacred site like he is. And he's got 2,600 food in the bank. He can go imp if he wants. He could drop an L's back on one of these sacred sites.
He could. I don't know if he's going to. Yeah, and look at this. BC's moving out with his entire army. He's going to decap this sacred site, and I don't think that Anotand's going to be able to stop it. He knows it's coming, too. But one outpost is not enough, and this sacred site victory should be... This is turning point now. Like I said, I was saying it before. This is a point where BC can take this game back.
Yep, he's got a couple bannermen out there with his army. The knights, the land snakes, everything's circling. It looks like Anotand doesn't want to let this happen, but I'm not sure if he can take this.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he can do that either, because the micro. He is going to go and try to engage. He does have some archers, but he only has 5 archers. He doesn't have a lot. He does have a lot of horsemen, and now Unamashu do not do good versus horsemen. That is very true.
And the Unamasha they're getting focused by the knights though, and the knights are just getting poked out pretty heavily. Sacred site though has still been stalled out. Archers stepping up to that front line.
Nah, it's such a you know, it's Anotand's army mass is so big though. Oh, and Anotand's advancing. He's going Swabia.
Throughout all of this, he's able to keep up the production. He's actually doubling BC's military after this and going Swabia. Just this is what 5 relic HRE can do.
You know what I wouldn't hate is if he walled the relics in. You know, like just so that he doesn't have to worry about that. I mean, here we go. Okay. And you know BC's not going to like that. He's going to be like, son of a bitch. Now he's Imperial Age behind that. And He's going to try to use this small force. He's going to try to multitask this. He's going to try to have one army go to the top sacred site, one go towards the bottom. Can Anotand protect the bottom sacred site?
Look at the bottom one, though. It's got 2 sprinkled outposts already there. Anotand knows exactly what is coming, but Anotand's moving his whole army.
Yep.
And now we see the top one getting decapped.
Yeah.
What's he going to do?
Yeah, what's he going to do here? He has to make a decision.
He splits off the horsemen, splits off a lot of the archers towards the top side. The correct counter units for those Onimusha, but they can just run on away, and the knights are headed towards the bottom.
Yep, and you know what? Anotand should be able to stop this decap, which is exactly what he needs, and Beasty can go Imperial Age himself if he chooses to.
And BC is going to go Imperial Age here in just a second, I feel like. The Knights get a great dive on the bottom side Sacred Site. It is still ticking, but Anotand has not been able to reinforce any of these defenses in either Sacred Site.
A lot of those Unumashus going down, and BC he's floating so many resources in yet, but he's not going imp yet. He's not making units, he's not aging. I'm not sure what his plan is. There we go, he's aging with which
The
gives
gunsmith, but look at where he's aging.
Oh no!
Is he blind?
He's got units. Yeah, he's got units.
Oh.
He's gonna be fine. Those
Anotand, though, breaks off a few land snakes. Can they get enough swings to affect this? They don't quite do it. 1 or 2 vills get taken down. Nothing too crazy, but Anotand has still let this Sacred Site victory keep ticking. It's 1 minute and 45 seconds.
Yeah, this is so intense right now. I can imagine how Anotand's feeling. He just wants to win this game. He's got double the military. He got a Rebaldaquin.
Oh my!
Look at this
Where is it?
and it's top.
There it is.
And he's got 30. He's pulling workers. He's pulling everything for this one Sacred Site. He's going for it.
And here come the Azutsu too.
Yep, and Beasty is aware of it. Keep coming down. I mean, Anotand has to take this engagement now. To be fair, this keep oh no, this keep is it's gonna be shooting rockets.
Anotand, he's got to take this sooner than later. He's going to be taking the fight. He's diving towards the backside. The keep should end up going up. The Rebaldaquin, look at the first shot. The Knights just disappear.
Yeah, he needs to focus it with his archers. It doesn't have any ranged armor, so archers can kill this really quickly. Oh my god, that was such a disgusting shot. He needs to focus that Rebaldaquin.
It.
Use your archers! Use your archers! I just want to yell at Anotand, use your archers! Okay, the Rebaldaquin goes down. The keep is up. Anotand's going to throw down his own keep. There's 45 seconds left. There's still the bottom Sacred Site. There's the top. Oh man, this is like... There's 15 villagers in there. So he can pull the villagers to do...
Villagers. Tons of villagers are getting pulled though. Pulling towards the keep. He's still got horsemen in production. He's still got crossbows. He's circling back towards those villagers. Only one villager idles it out for the time being, but this is extra delay. Extra delay is all he needs right now.
Yeah,
he's doing everything he can.
This doesn't have splash. The rocket doesn't have splash damage, right? Oh, he's pulling 15 workers.
It's all or nothing here. The villagers, they stall it for another couple seconds. 19, 18, 17. It still is ticking down. Beasty's not on top of it right now. Keeps almost all the way up.
Yeah, I think this is over. I think Anotand's done it. 5 seconds.
7 more seconds.
He's going to get villagers on there, but again... Look at all the units from Anotand. He's not going to let this Sacred Site be decapped.
Nope, and the keep is up. 15 villagers inside the keep will make quick work of all the villagers that Beasty pulled. Even if Beasty denies this now, he cannot keep producing compared to what Anotand can. He's down to 50 villagers, and it's just going to keep falling. 3, 2, 1.
He's trying, and GG! Anotand takes the game, and what I can only say was a very exciting finale. Like, what a game!
Wild series. What a wild finish, and congrats to Anotand pulling the upset in the 3-2 victory.
And this is the first new winner we've had. Like, I know Luciferon won a tournament, but I mean, that made a finals and won in how long? When was the last time we saw a new player make it to the finals of a tournament and actually win? That was a fantastic finale. Easily the best finale I've had for all the tournaments I've hosted. And he beat Beasty too. It's not like he beat some, you know, I don't know, some guy you don't know. He beat Beasty in a best of 5. I gotta say, this tournament had a lot of upsets. I will say
Yes,
that,
it
you know,
did.
people are always. I'm just gonna say, people are always